Hey y'all, welcome back to Cajun Country Living. Obviously, lots of sunshine we got going on, so we are going to take advantage of that once again this week.
We have been doing the shotgun effect, working on the outside of the house, working on the inside of the house, and we're kind of shifting priorities, continuing to work on the outside of the house while we still have pretty weather. So we finished painting the east side of the house last week. So now we're going to get started on the front of the house, which is going to be a monumental effort for us.
So the front of our home obviously is not painted. It does not have batten strips. It is really unfinished. It is sealed up, but we really have not been able to move forward because of the porch that's going to come off the front of our house.
So one hand washes the other when it goes to the front of this house. We got the batten strips that has to be going on, but they can't go on until the first truss is mounted to the house for the porch, and so forth and so on. So we're going to get started on this side of the house and try to get this stuff knocked out the best we can. It's probably going to take us a little bit to get it done because it's just the two of us, but hey, we got it to do.
Hey, we said that before we even built this house, and
That's
a
right.
year and 3 months later, look where we're at.
Eating the elephant one bite at a time. Originally what we planned on doing was wait until actually next spring or early summer to start on these porches, but we got these two big beautiful doors here and they are solid wood. What we weren't anticipating was the blowing rain, and the blowing rain is going to ruin these if we don't give it some shelter. You can see Lydia already caulked this one. She clear coated them, but after a while that just started deteriorating, and we have a lot of work to do to save these things like it is. We're gonna have to caulk and sand them and reclaim them anyway, but the first step in doing this is to build this slab and get this slab poured. We put some rock down originally just to keep the ground splatter during the rains from coming up and hitting them, but we have a lot of work to do.
Another thing that we're gonna have to do whenever we go to level all this off is gonna be get rid of some of this concrete. This actually had blown out of the front of the form, which we expected and we knew that it was gonna happen. So it's not a big deal, but it is something that we do have to address now. And honestly, I sure hope that Jim addresses that, because that does not look like fun. Unless we had a jack. You know, one of them like jackknives, you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe jackhammer?
Oh, a jackhammer, thank you. If we had a jackhammer, this would be a breeze and I would for sure do it. But for right now, it looks like we're gonna have to take a chip and a hammer and chip away.
One of the main things that we're gonna have to do just to get started on this slab is we're gonna have to grade this down. It's hard to tell just by camera, but the elevation of the house is about 2 foot higher than the rest of the elevation around here.
And Robert Evans, thank you for the tape measure. It's still in one piece. We did put the other one up, and then that way we're gonna have a backup, because we know that I'm probably gonna shoot this with a nail gun. So our house is 40 foot across, which means that whenever we go to put our porch on, there is going to be a roof like this, and then there's gonna be another roof that comes off a little bit smaller, which is gonna be the porch roof height. And it'll look like one triangle bigger and then one triangle smaller, and then the porch will come off that. So that is why we went ahead and measured from the center of the door over 17 feet one way, 17 feet the other way, which equals the length of our truss. I don't know if we had mentioned that or not for anybody who hasn't been watching us from the beginning, but we do plan to have our porch just a little bit smaller. We think that it'll add a little bit of depth to our home. Today's video is sponsored by Athletic Greens. AG1 is a nutritional drink that is designed to do the most good for the most people. They provide the daily foundational nutrition needs for just about everybody. All you need is one scoop, 1 minute, once a day, every day. AG1 has a 9-in-1 value, which replaces your needs for many individual vitamins and supplements. AG1 also strives to be the best of the best, and it shows in their quality and manufacturing. The nutritional drink is made up of 75 of the highest quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients in the world, and manufactures to the highest quality standards. One of the biggest helps that AG1 has personally helped me with is my gut health and immune support. Being able to provide me with the essential vitamins like zinc and vitamin C, dairy-free probiotics and prebiotics, and antioxidants has really done my body a complete 180. Y'all know how busy we are. With working on our home, being parents, and Jim working a full-time job, anything that makes my morning simpler is absolutely a must. Along with benefiting your gut health and immune support, AG1 helps with mental clarity, energy levels, recovery, and healthy aging. Now, honestly, I expected to have to choke this drink down because, let's face it, things that are typically extremely healthy for you typically don't taste good. But AG1 has done such a good job at making this nutritional drink taste good on its own or even mixed with something like orange juice. Y'all click our link below to get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D drops plus 5 free travel packs with your first purchase of AG1. So thanks again, Athletic Greens, for sponsoring this week's video, and thanks for making my body feel so much healthier.
It's so bright out here. I'm having a hard time seeing these marks, so I'm just going to throw an orange dot on the ground. That way I can go straight to it without hunting for a mark. Like, there's 2 drops in it. I feel like I need to save it. I don't know why I don't just throw it away. I mean, look at this can. I mean, I've had this can since Moby Dick was a minute. You know, it's been a minute. Now the porch is going to come out 12 feet. So we're going to pull the tape, but I'm going to hold this square up against the side of the house. That way we can line up the tape measure and make it relatively square whenever we put our dot on the ground. It's not really crucial right now, but at least we're going to be in the ballpark. Now we got the high side of this ground cut down to grade, pretty close. We have it within a manageable limit now, so it's pretty flat. But this ground is hard as woodpecker lips. I'm talking about it, it's so hard. We did really good by moving all this dirt in whenever we originally built this house to make this pad, but man, it's hard to work with. So we're gonna have to come up with something out of the box when it comes time to dig these chain walls. I'm just not sure what that'll be yet.
The chain wall is essentially just a deeper part of the concrete that goes around the edges, which is going to strengthen the rest of the slab. So what you do is dig it down a foot-ish is what people normally do for like a house, but I don't know if we're going to go that deep on our porch.
That really depends on who you ask. I mean, some people get their slide rules and pocket protectors out and say that it has to be 12 foot deep and 18 feet wide or some kind of crazy mess. Well, maybe if you was building a skyscraper, but we're building a porch.
Right.
We're going to have one outside supporting post, and wherever that post lays out, we're going to make sure that we get a good footer there for a foundation for it. Make sure that that don't settle, because your load points is what's going to force the rest of the slab to crack. We're just going to do this like we do everything else, common sense approach. We still have so much work to do. But like we said before, now that we got this laid out, we put some orange marks down. They're obviously gone. So we're gonna lay out where our porch is actually gonna live, paint the ground, and get working on cleaning up this area, get these chain walls dug.
We kind of have an idea what we're gonna do for those chain walls so we can dig them up a lot easier than spending hours and hours trying to dig it, so bear with us.
Yeah, that shovel thing's definitely not gonna work here, so.
No. Also, in case y'all hear some wild noises going on in the background, that's just little lad playing. It would probably be really handy if you had somebody down there to hold that, huh?
That would be awesome.
Huh.
Well, it doesn't have to be perfect right now. What we're trying to do is just get our marks as close to square as we can. We're gonna take a 100-foot tape measure and go from corner to corner to ensure that this thing is square, but we're just trying to get it in the ballpark right now. This is kind of a coarse adjustment. Later is gonna be the fine adjustment. So close.
Oh. Can I just hold it?
Oh yeah, all we just got to get it close enough to put a line.
I probably would have waited just a hair longer.
Yeah, I really didn't think that through, did I?
Let's see them.
Here, will you hold this for me real quick?
Absolutely not.
So if you'll notice, we graded the dirt back a pretty good ways back this way, away from the edge of where the porch is going to be, where we're going to pour the slab. The reason that is because all this high area right here, we're going to have to relocate this driveway eventually around that side of the house. We did this while we were just trying to get this house pad done, and we ended up with a big old pile of dirt here. So when we get the porch built, we don't want to bring the dozer in real close to the porch. So we got us a little buffer room so the blade is safely away from the house.
Thinking ahead.
That's right. Trying to.
Right? So we have really got to get this rock cleaned up before we do anything else, just because digging up the trench, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get all the way to the rocks with the tractor. So we're going to go ahead and clean up the area first of the grass and the rock. And in order to do that, we have got to put the bucket back on Jim's tractor. Speaking of, how do you like your little purchase?
I love it. It is exactly what I was looking for. 50 horse.
You literally look like a little boy in a candy shop.
I feel like it. Big toy. No, I was looking for one of these for a long time. I wanted just a good standard transmission, 50 horse Ford tractor. This one came available. Deal we couldn't pass up, so I am very pleased with it.
So after about an hour-ish of being outside, I am wore out. I'm blistered up on my hands, so I think I'm gonna call it for now. And maybe tonight, whenever it gets a little bit cooler outside, I'll go back outside. Well, I'm gonna let my hands recuperate and we'll hit it again tonight. Last night we took a shovel, we took a hoe, we took the tractor, we took the axe, we took anything that you could possibly think of sharp to try and cut up in this ground, and it is so hard, y'all.
So after all that effort, we decided to rent a Mini X to come in here and dig out all these trenches, but there was not one available with a 1 foot bucket. That's what we needed. We didn't need one with a big wide bucket, and that was all that was available. So next option, ditch witch, trencher, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this is what we're going to try to dig these chain walls with and see how that goes.
I'll let you run this, okay?
Oh sure, so if I run in the house, it'll be my fault.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's try it.
Down in Louisiana, where the tall, tall pine trees grow, there live a preacher daughter and she knows how to jelly roll. And a papa wanna save my soul, but a sweet talking daughter, Lord, she loves to jelly roll. Yes, she do.
Look, I got some bobos to show it. I'm all tore up.
She's just soft. She's got them dishpan hands. Don't let her lie. She's got delicate digits.
You want to reword that?
Yeah, delicate digits.
I think you should try again.
Okay.
Think so?
Okay, delicate digits.
Do y'all believe that? Come on.
Oh, come on. Wrap them up with some tape. Come on.
Okay. You know what? I don't even need tape. My delicate digits don't even need that. I like my hands raw. Feels great. Really reminds me how hard the work is.
Them the gals in Mississippi get along when they talk. Hell, they can recommend just like a cannonball. Hell, I love to watch